spend a lot of time talking about this idea of home and what home means, and then trying to find a way of representing that in a way that's kind of entertaining and engaging and all of those sorts of things. I'm Kibwe Tavares and my project's called The Kitchen. The project's about this community who live in this abandoned tower and they're about to get evicted, and so they decide that they're going to try and fight to save it in whichever way it means possible, which means going against the police and the government. It's all about the pressures that happen inside and also the pressures that come from the outside. The process of working with Wyatt as a DP, we talk about when we want to be close to the actors or when we want to be still or when we want to kind of just let things breathe. Then it became a bit more instinctive when we were kind of on set. But there's a kind of fluidity to how we began to work. So there's this language of kind of trying to capture the life and the energy of the piece. How do we show the life that the film's meant to have? How do you approach this scene? Where exactly should the camera be? How are we going to get into the scene? How are we going to get out of the scene? What's the camera doing to kind of not distract or not take away or not overwhelm? It's kind of trying to really get the shots that tell the story and tell them the way that you want to tell them. We made a decision for our lead to be in pretty much almost every scene. We make the choices of how we shoot the scene based on what our character is experiencing, whether they're distant from a character or whether they're close or whether they're kind of internalising something. It's really thinking about the POV of how you want the people to perceive the story. I think sometimes there's a tendency to be like, okay, that's really cool, so I'm going to copy that, or I'm going to look at that, or I'm going to try and replicate that. Try and kind of like work stuff out for yourself, because then you'll work out your own style and people will be attracted to that, as opposed to kind of it being a version from someone else's. It's not too difficult to look at something and kind of replicate how it's done. It's like, how do you kind of really get yourself into it? So just trying as much as you can.